And we're live. Hey,
Oh,
everybody, back like clockwork, just like we always are every week, like a healthy heart, not missing a beat. Just, you can depend on us. We're dependable. I'm Jim, also called by myself Final Neuron here on our Star Wars live stream that we've done every week for more than a year now. Every single week. I am joined by a person.
I'm
That
Joe.
one.
Yeah, hi. That's it.
He's playing Ral Bronar in our role play. Ask your doctor about twice a day, Ral Bronar. And down below, wait, I can do this. Nope, I can't.
Other one.
There. It's Daniel playing Druto Bibble. Yes, Druto Bibble.
Yes.
He says hi. The Thetan says hi. So I went back and I reviewed a little bit. You guys did not get paid for the space station raid. The whole smashing, grabby, weird stuff like data pads and disembodied droid parts and so on. You guys didn't get paid cash for that, but you did get character points. We haven't settled up character points for this last run. So you're getting cash and character points this time.
Oh yeah.
It's like hyper
Reward.
Christmas. Yay.
Am I gonna get in trouble if I actually say it?
Say what?
It's Life Day. That's what it is. It's Life Day.
Moving on. So we're going to reverse things a little bit. Let's go right into the rewards. And then, depending on what kind of time we have left, we'll segue into the next thingy you guys are going to be doing.
All right.
Is this an acceptable transaction?
Yes.
Okay. Good. You can remain. All right. So let's see. For the space station smash and grab thing, you guys were going to get paid. Ral was going to get paid like $2,000 for playing impromptu trooper transport / definitely stolen stuff transport. Plus you came down with, what was it? Almost all of a combat droid.
No, I didn't actually pick it up.
I thought you
I thought you did.
I looked at one. He went over and looked at one of them, and he rule of ones his perception, and then just blasted it some more. I remember that much because he thought it was still moving.
Salvaging. I remember what you're saying, but I thought you both definitely picked up big chunks of droid.
I have listed droid arm with blaster. So
yeah, I think Druto grabbed an arm.
Did get that,
but I didn't actually say I was. I think I never actually got around to actually salvaging one. So
okay, so you had your costs covered as always. This is not my way of magically hand waving away fuel costs or anything. This is a normal business transaction. Your costs, your expenses were covered.
No, I want to get into the fine details of Starship fuel costs.
I would have saved more money by flying efficiently.
Ran into a black hole. You what?
I would have saved money by flying efficiently. I should get comped on wear and tear on my starship.
So anyway, moving on.
So 2,000 for me.
Yeah, 2,000. So Druto, you were getting your standard combat pay, which was, well, we're gonna say it's 500 is your standard combat pay, but you do get bonuses.
Yay. Maybe.
And
maybe yay.
So you may not want to write it down yet. You got your 500 combat pay. Plus you got a bonus for the combat for taking out enemy starfighters. And then you guys grabbed a whole bunch of data pads, which Blark ended up not confiscating. He assisted in the sale of the data pads. And so you guys got an additional lump sum off of that. So like your bonuses and everything come up to another 1,500. So you're also going to be pulling down 2,000 for that run. Blark was very pleased with you guys showing initiative and stealing lots of extra stuff in backpacks. He's sending you to California next. So
nice.
Yeah. In our galaxy, right here, right now, a security team has descended on San Francisco to get the goods. It's an opportune time. So anyway, that's how much you picked up. So now you can record it.
Okay.
Let's say you guys have gone ahead and paid off part of your debt. Also, we kind of need to stay on top of that. Do you have your debt recorded?
Yes.
No, we never decided on it.
I saw where I said I was going to go back and look. So I know I was going to do that. That's what I know. So
yep.
I'll have to go back and nail down the number. For now, let's record how much you've paid off.
Okay.
So that whenever I look it up, you'll actually have some paid off.
Okay.
If you guys want to throw your money at a debt, that's up to you. I would recommend you don't do it. I would recommend you don't, because while it's smart, it's not as fun. And everybody knows that money is about fun. So if you want to like add parts to your ship or buy modifications or more equipment, that's what you should throw your money at, and leave the debt to just, be there all the time.
For the game master you use against us.
Well, I mean,
right.
Having connections in the business world is a good thing. So
how much did we pay off so that we don't forget later?
I think we've been saying 100.
Yeah, like 100 per session.
100 a month or a session or whatever.
Or 100 per adventure.
Yeah.
And what are we up to now?
Well, I'm not sure.
So we've done 3 total.
Okay.
We've done 3 total that I can count because I can count. So let's just say 3.
Okay. So 300 then.
You know what? I would call it 4. Yeah, if you count the revenge thing we just did, that would be an extra one. So I would say 4.
Okay.
You didn't get paid for that one because it was, well, I mean, Blark is covering your costs, but he's also like, hey, get to work. This is about the company, so get to work. Ral obviously didn't get paid. He was in it for his own. He was invited for his own benefit.
Right.
So there's that. All right. So that's money. Character points. This one was relatively short. So I'm going to go with a baseline of 4 character points. And then we're gonna do bonuses also. I think I have to give Ral a bonus. He gets +1 for shooting a guy on a toilet. And he gets another, you know, if he's on the toilet, you don't, what, you're going to let him wipe? No, you take care of him. So, and you get another, you're going to get another +1 for setting up an excruciatingly painful scene for someone else. For 2 someone else's, technically.
Yes, for 2.
So that's, you said it was, so I got 2 bonuses, so I'm 6 total?
6 total.
Gotcha.
Pretty good for a relatively short campaign or adventure. And Druto, obviously you're getting the 4. You're getting a +1 for how to say it. You're getting +1 for very awkwardly killing a guy twice. I was greatly entertained at that moment. I was greatly entertained. Yes. And I'm going to award you another +1 for the bit that we did before this play, because you discovered my new favorite place on Nar Shaddaa, which is the aromatic hut. That was at your prompting, and the fact that you like kept digging into it made me keep coming up with stuff. So now we have the aromatic hut, and we have a food item known as hut dogs.
That's right. Oh, and the aromatic afterburner.
Once again, I was and the aromatic afterburner. I was greatly pleased. Yes, I was greatly pleased by that. So we've added to the Star Wars canon hut dogs. You'll never guess what it is, though. It's a meat food surrounded like in a battering, like, you know, kind of like a bread. So
don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, it may not work, but it's science fiction. It's allowed to be bizarre. So you guys have 6. From what I saw on video earlier, you probably don't have any other character points. CP, right, Daniel?
I do not, for sure.
So you've got the 6 to spend. And so Ral, that gives you a total of 8.
Yep.
Do you guys have a feeling of what you would like to increase? I think you both get to improve Blaster if you want to.
Mm.
I might let Druto improve it twice.
For both shots.
Once for each shot.
Oh man, it should develop into a new skill of blind firing.
Specialization.
Blind fire.
Wounding shot.
Oh my goodness. Mine's already specialization with the blaster rifle.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember.
I said I would let you improve it twice, partly because I knew you don't have the points to do so. I'm that kind of guy.
Mm. Oh, you're being serious. Okay.
I'm being serious that I was not being serious. Yeah. You don't have enough points to raise it twice.
How much? I'm trying to remember what the cost is.
So for specializations, the cost is the total skill level divided by half, rounded up.
Okay, and
whole dice.
Right, and mine is 1d + 2 before you add
that's
in.
not your total.
Okay, you
Your
take
total
your
is
total 40
plus
plus 2.
dexterity. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I encourage you
that's-
to record your blaster just as 4D plus 2 or whatever
Yeah,
instead
I've
of separately.
okay. Yeah, I have it both. Okay, so it's 40 plus 2 divided by 2.
You
So
actually can. It's whole dice. So the whole dice is 4D.
okay. So it's 2
So the
rounded up.
cost would be 2. Yeah.
Right.
And then the next cost would be 3. So you actually could raise it twice. I thought your
But
blaster was higher than that.
well, except that you're not supposed to be able to raise it more than one
No,
per
the
session.
GM says
Yeah, I know.
so.
Oh.
But it was funny. It was funny. If you want to put all your dice into it, like I've already said it, so just go ahead. You may want to raise your other skills as well. So it's up to you. Because if you don't raise your starship piloting, for example, this time, then it's going to be behind where it could be, if that makes sense. So just whatever your priority is. I said it. If you want to do blaster twice, go
Sure.
ahead.
But my starfighter piloting is higher than anything else right now too. So like it's 6D plus 1. So it's definitely
call.
my strongest trait. I would like to be a little more well-rounded. So if I do blaster rifle, it goes to 40 plus 3 and then it goes to 5D.
No, it goes to 5D.
Oh, it
There's
goes
only
straight
plus 1 and plus 2.
to Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I couldn't remember if there was a 3. Okay.
Am I wrong about that?
Nope.
Probably not.
I don't remember ever seeing a plus 3.
No, I just referenced my my little rolls grid, and it's only going up to plus 2.
Yeah.
So
At plus 3,
Okay.
you are adding just barely below the average roll of a dice.
So they just
So
bumped it up.
it's it's pretty much equivalent of a dice, except it's like less variable. So yeah, making it a whole dice makes sense.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
When
So
increasing a skill, is it the current value or the value it's going to?
Current value.
Okay. Like if it's going up to 5D, it would still be a 4.
Yeah.
Count as 4
If I'm wrong about that,
level.
this is the house rule. The house rule is current value. So if it's
Gotcha.
40 plus 2, you pay 2.
okay.
And the new value is 5. And then next time you pay, it will be 3 on a specialization.
Okay. All right. Well, I
Yeah,
am going to go ahead and upgrade that to. Okay. I am going to upgrade that. I kind of think I should. Well, I haven't worked. I didn't work on my starship at all, so I can't really bump that up because I didn't even really use that in the mission. So maybe I should just go ahead and
So-
bump my blaster again.
Something I've been reminded of by myself from reviewing video is that when you fly your starship, it's kind of like repairing it because it requires like innate knowledge of the workings of your ship to be able to fly it. And
He's
so it makes you
repairing it as he
eligible
goes
for
by.
increasing repair. Yeah.
This
Flying
is
it
something
is
you've
kind
said
of like
before.
yes. Flying it is like making it work for you.
Oh
It's
man.
not just using it, it's making it work.
He's always troubleshooting it.
Okay. So that one is going to
Yes.
be 2 points
That's
into
lovely.
that to make it 40 plus 2. Okay.
All right. So while you're muttering numbers to yourself,
Mhm.
Ral,
Yep.
have you
Mhm.
thought about what you would like to do?
Yes, I am going to increase my heavy blaster pistol specialization and my space transports specialization.
Well,
Those
aren't
two-
you just all put together?
I had a lot of time to think about it while you two were discussing.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fair.
So what is it you're increasing again?
Blaster and space transports
Blaster to 5D
to 5D, and my space
and space
transport
transports to
to
60.
6. Yep. That'll leave me with 3 character points. And I kind of want
Or
to
CP.
I kind of want to increase my security skill, but I also don't want to be at 0 character points. So I think
It's nice to have a couple in your pocket. Something happens, this guy needs to get dead right now. I'm going to throw 2 character points into the damage. Let's get him dead. Or her,
Yeah.
equal opportunity death here. Why did I do it that way? Me, dummy, why did you do that? Stupid
Why
me.
did you do that?
I'm dumb. All right.
Makes sense.
So, and your credits went up by 2. The total that I'm seeing now is, and minus 100, right? For your debt.
Yeah.
You're paying the 100 on the debt, right?
Right.
Do you have your debt recorded?
I do.
Debts.
Debts, both of them. Yep.
Are you going to pay 100 on each?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So your total credits would be 24.45.
Let me double check that real quick.
Because you would have paid 200 total.
So after the last adventure, I went up to 3,150 total credits. But that was before I recorded the payments for after Adventure 3 and after our recent Revenge adventure.
Revengeancing. That's what it's named.
The Revenge adventure. I was trying to smash those two together. It just didn't work.
Don't. That's my job.
So I'm 400 down from that. So I should be 2750.
2750. Okay. And what are your debts?
My debts. I had one starting out at 9.9. That one is down to 9.5.
1,000. Right?
Yes.
Okay. And the other one?
The other one started at 4.5. It is down to 3.7. Because he made a larger than usual payment after the first adventure.
Okay. Why did I do it this way? Explain me. All right. All right. I think that squares up our versions. Formatting. I'll just end up downloading your sheet if you've shared it with me.
I'm pretty sure I have.
Or I'll just take a link to it or something. Anyway. All right. So I think that squares that up. And Daniel, have you decided what all Druto is changing?
You mean character points?
Yeah.
So real quick, so specializations, are they cheaper to increase as well?
Yeah, by half.
Okay. So the regular, like my repair starship is not a specialization. So if it's 4D plus 1, it takes 4 character points to increase. Is that
If
correct?
that's the total, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 2 points into my blaster rifle specialization to bump it up from 40 plus 2 to 5. And then I'm putting 4 points into Starship Repair to bump it up from 40 plus 1 to 40 plus 2.
You said Starship Repair.
Yes.
Okie doke. Squares it up.
So I have
we've got
no points again
Yay!
because that's how he is.
As Steven Tyler once said, you are living on the edge.
Mm.
I hate that song.
He is in Nar Shaddaa.
Well,
That's true.
on the edge of the galaxy. It's metaphorical, if you will. And what's your cash total you have on hand?
I should be at 3,800. I think. Unless
and your debt payments are going to be minus 400.
minus 400. Yeah, that's what I've got.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of time left. Something else?
I did buy the concussion missile stuff, but I thought I subtracted that already, but maybe I didn't.
Yeah, we'll just say you did.
Okay.
I think Druto's going to need
out.
cash to follow his passion, so I'm not gonna hound him on the currently unused Star Parts missile launcher that he picked up.
Yeah.
Like if we didn't catch it, there's lots of other stuff he's gonna have to pay for.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of time left, so let's do some role playing. Play your characters. So we'll start with Druto. You get a call on your comm. Oh no. Have you been tinkering with your comm?
No.
Okay, so it just makes a normal alert sound then. Stock factory. So
hello?
do you answer? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's one of the administrative assistants from the office. Mr. Bibble, so if you would please check your messages. We've sent you some information. We're very happy to let you know that Mr. Gladalaladar has set aside a certain amount of credits for you to take your ship over to our new outfitting station and to get some upgrades. So I'm sure you'll be pleased to see that.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
So just go ahead and drop by the office and we'll give you the documents and you can head over there at your convenience.
Oh, okay. I'll be right there.
All right. Thank you. And so she hangs up.
Okay. He wants to head right there.
Okay. So you head over there and you see the lady that you just talked to, and she gives you like a data pad, with some encrypted files on it and such. And basically it gives you kind of like a credit line with Blark for a certain amount to cover upgrades and costs and so on to get your ship out there and get some tinkering done.
Nice.
You've been given an upgrade allowance.
that I still have to pay back. Maybe.
Didn't say that. I mean, you got to pay back the other money.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
He's still excited.
And so Druto immediately goes on vacation and doesn't get upgrades on his machine. Because that's the kind of guy he is. I'm assuming Druto is like pretty excited and getting ready to head over there.
Yeah.
Okay. So he walks out of the office to his ship.
Runs.
Runs. Jumps down the last 3 stairs. Gets in his ship. something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pretty much have taken off and left. Like he's a giddy, very young man headed off to play with his toys.
Yes.
All right.
That's exactly right.
So Ral gets a call on his comms. It's like early to mid morning, say 9 o'clock, Narshada time.
On a Thursday.
How did you know?
It's always Thursday.
Oh, Star Thursday's day. It's Hyper Thursday.
Hyper Thursday. I feel bad now. Raul will just answer the comm call. Hey,
What's he doing? What's he doing?
He's probably either tinkering with his ship or trying to befriend the hyper squirrel.
Okay. So while you're tinkering with the ship, the hyper squirrel just like follows you around and he's just watching really closely what you're doing.
Hmm.
He doesn't seem to get bored. He just watches what you do.
Okay.
So you get the call on the comms.
Yeah, he'll answer it. Hey,
Yes, Mr. Bronar. This is the Gladaletta Armed Security Group office. We just wanted to call you. Yeah. Yes, sir. So we just wanted to call and let you know that in order to thank you for your assistance in our last business operation, Mr. Gladaletta has set aside a certain number of funds for you to go to our new outfitter station and perhaps get some upgrades to your ship if you'd like.
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay, if you would just stop by the office, I'll give you the information and documents, and you can head over there at your convenience.
All right, I'll probably drop in later today.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Goodbye. Hangs up the line. Okay, so how does Raul respond? Like, how into this is he?
He's like, yeah, I'm feeling good about this. I need to go finish what I was tinkering on first, though. So he's going to go back to whatever he was fiddling with a little bit of pep in his step, and he'll head down there later that day.
Very good. Okay, so you get down there in the early afternoon.
Yeah.
Say.
Yep.
Okay. And so you go into the administrative office. You've kind of been around there before, so you find your way, and you step into the office, and the lady sees you coming. She stands up from her desk and says, "Oh, Mr. Bronar, here you go. Here, this data pad has the encrypted documents and the information for funding. And if you wouldn't mind, I have another data pad that you could take with you. This is something that the employees over there at the outfitting station will need. So if you don't mind, just go ahead and carry that with you while you're at it."
Well, okay, I guess that'll be fine. He'll take the data pads, I guess.
Okay, very good. And she just kind of is waiting for you to go away.
Raul's just kind of looking at the data pads, and he's like, well, he's saying to himself, we'll just consider taking this cargo as the job and the funds as a payment. That works. Okay. Like he's rationalizing all of this to himself.
And she's just looking at you like,
after a moment, he'll just look up and be like, okay, got it.
Are you, sir? Are you sure you understand?
Yeah,
Because she just sees
no
him there with
problem.
like this contemplative look on his face, like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I'll get it where it needs to go.
Oh, okay. Yes, please do. Yeah, please do. It shouldn't happen, but if for some reason that data pad could end up being stolen, please just try to destroy it.
Okay, that won't happen. He's gonna hide the data pad on him and head back to his ship.
I'm giving you guys a message in the private chat. Just tell me whatever you like at your convenience. So, so Raoul heads back to his ship, and more or less, he's like, "I'll just go ahead and get over there." And so he hops on and sets off. So he sets off a bit later in the day than Druto. And so this outfitter station, like it has the coordinates in your documents that you just got on the data pads, but it's the same place where you guys just conducted the operation. So Druto, boy, maybe he can just relive some very recent memories when he gets there, because he'll be landing right next to the memories. So it's that place.
Wonderful.
Hey, at least I know they've got a really great bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, assuming it's available, yeah. Yeah, somebody could actually be living there. I don't know. All right, so Druto heads out first. He's going to arrive, a few hours ahead. You head out that way, and the trip goes as you expect. When you're in the busy parts of the trip, you see some other ships, but once you branch off towards the intermediate system and then the final system, you don't see anything or anybody. So it's pretty uneventful. You arrive back at the target system, and you land on the third planetoid, and you head into the docking bay. No problems. So when you get there, you hop out of your starfighter and you see a guy in like some really greasy kind of hyper coveralls with a long sleeve shirt coming over to you. Hey there. Which one are
hey.
you?
Oh, I'm Druto Bibble.
Oh, yeah, the interesting one. Okay. Yeah. Well, all right. Come step into my office. Let's talk.
Yeah, okay.
So if you guys remember the rough layout of the docking bay, it's big enough to hold probably 6 starfighters, um, maybe one RAL transport if you crammed them in more, but like comfortably 6 different ships with RAL's ship in there, maybe 5. There's none in there at the moment. So the docking bay, like to the back right, was that hallway where RAL went in and shot a guy on a toilet. That's that direction. But off to the left was a door that took some extra breaching to get through. So he leads you off to that left-hand side when he says, "Come to my office." So you get back in there, and it's a big kind of open floor plan room, maybe 2/3 the size of the docking bay. And there's all kinds of machinery in there. Everything
Nice.
from like metalworking machinery to even like a small foundry where they can cast things if they need to, and a furnace for producing materials. Some like some basic chip operating stations, anyway, everything you can think of you might need for working on a starship. And there's a few
Nice.
people walking around kind of minding their own business. The Mr. Overalls guy leads you over to a desk that's just kind of crammed against the wall near the door. He sits
Now
behind the desk and he kind of points at a box in front of it.
he's distracted. He's already looking at the machinery,
Yeah.
so he didn't notice him pointing.
Yeah. Mr. Bibble.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
come.
sorry.
Yeah,
This is
have a seat.
amazing.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I mean, we're proud of it. Yeah, it's been the family business for like 40 years.
Oh well, you should tell me about it sometime. I'd love to hear the whole story.
Oh yeah. So he starts launching into this long story about how his father started out with nothing but 5,000 credits in a dream to make modifications to starships for people, free of the restrictions of, legislation or law or inspectors, because starships got to be free, yo. So
Oh man.
he believes that the individual in their vessel are like their own sovereign, and no one else has a right to mess with that. And that was Gramps. He's about halfway through his genealogy when he looks at you and he says, "Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Jonas, Jonas Gallardus. Yeah, this is the Gallardus family scrapping, wink, wink, Jardis family scrapping business. In Hut Space, totally legal. Everything we do is legal in Hut Space. So, yeah, we've been operating a starship repair and tinkering and upgrading and side grading and anything you can imagine for over 40 years now."
Well, Druto is just super excited and well
The
would
energy is kind of reciprocal, so they're both working each other up.
so yeah, they would probably spend way too much time sidetracking on all kinds of other things. More
Okay, so let's
time
say
than
let's say they do, and they just
Okay.
keep chatting, and it goes for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
2
That
hours
sounds
go
about
by,
right.
and they're just talking about stuff. Does Druto get to a point after 2 hours where he's like, "Oh, I'm here on like to do something," or does he just keep going?
I think he probably keeps going.
Okay, so another couple of hours go by, and like they're starting to get really deep into stuff, and they're starting to kind of like trade, stuff back and forth. Druto's probably started talking about his ship a bit,
Mm,
and the mechanic. Would you agree he would start like talking a little bit about his ship by then?
yeah.
Okay, so the mechanic kind of alternates between like, "Ooh, you right through the converter? Okay, um." Right. Yeah. I guess we'll see that when I get to it. And that's kind of the nature of their conversation for the next hour. So about 4.5 hours have gone by, and you guys have just been talking about this constantly. Like lunchtime has come and gone. Some lady like hollered at the mechanic at some point, and he's like, "Yep, yeah, okay, yep." But you guys just kept talking. All right. So Ral also has an uneventful trip out to the system. Everything's just how you remember it. It's been so recent. You like remember exactly how to handle the terrain coming into the docking bay, and everything goes nice and smooth. You just slide right into the docking bay and sit down where you were before.
All right.
Are you doing anything special or taking any precautions, or do you just go ahead and head out?
I just head out.
Okay, so you drop your boarding ramp and you head down. So, Druto, you're talking to Jonas, and there's this kind of a beep at this little console at his desk. His desk is like covered and, like tools and grime and parts. And like there's a folded data pad like on it, but like it's just full of all kinds of, tech information and so on. But he gets a little beep from a console on the desk. He's like, oh, we've got another visitor. Hold on. So he gets up and heads back into the docking bay. He walks over there and he sees Rao coming down his boarding ramp, and he says, "Hello, yeah, you must be the freighter pilot."
Yeah, that's me.
All right. Hey, I'm with someone right now. If you want, just come in and sit down. Maybe you can chat with us for a little while.
Sure thing. I'm Ralph, by the way.
Oh, Ralph. Oh, I'm sorry. Second time I've done it today. I'm Jonas Gallardis. Gallardis Family Scrapping. Come on. Yep. All right. Let's get in here.
Good to meet you.
So he gets back. He leads you back into the office area and has a seat. And then he jumps up and grabs another like crate and pulls it over next to Druto. And here you go. I was just talking to this fine young man, and boy, he has a bright intellect and a passion for starships. I'll tell you that. This is a good one. He's a good one. And so he sits down behind his desk.
That's good. Good to see you, Druto. I'll slap him on the back as I go sit on the crate.
Has Druto noticed him before now?
Yeah. I mean, he would.
Okay.
Yeah. He's had a little time to kind of check out the space. So yeah, he kind of waves and smiles and points at this guy like he's awesome kind of thing.
This guy, yeah. So Jonas sits down and says, "All right, where were we? We're oh yeah. So that was the year that the Imperials really decided that they weren't going to allow anything above a grade 2 weapon on any vessel that wasn't theirs." So, and he starts back into this story. So he goes on for about a minute, and Raoul starts to realize this is going to keep going. Druto's probably fine.
Raul's gonna pull out the data pad he was supposed to deliver. Sorry to interrupt, but I've got this data pad for someone.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me see. That's okay, good. Wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. Hey, honey, get over here. Yeah. Wow. Mr. Mr. Blark is really serious about getting us back up and running. That's fantastic. That's such a honey. And so finally this person walks over, also wearing like a big very bulky like shirt and hyper overalls and like kind of like a dust mask over their face and like a cap pulled down real tight over their head. So the person walks over and he says, "Hey, honey, yeah, here, these two fellas, especially this one, this Druto. I have a feeling we're going to be working with him a lot. They brought over the funds from from our benefactor. So here you go. Take a look." And he kind of looks at her, and she like peels her mask off. That's when you can tell that it's a woman. Before that, she was pretty androgynous. You can see that it's a woman, and she's like, "What? Wow! Oh wow! Oh, honey, this is perfect. Oh, thank goodness. This is exactly what we needed. And so they kind of get a little bit tearful, staring at each other for a moment. And then she says, "Okay, okay, honey, please take care of these wonderful gentlemen. Yes, please take good care of them." And she kind of heads off back to one of the workstations. And so Jonas kind of like wipes his eyes. This is great. This is great. All right. Tell you what, let's get down to business here. Druto, um, I honestly I can't say I really have a grasp of your ship yet. I think that's gonna take some doing. It's gonna take some doing. But do you have any idea about what you're thinking of changing on the ship? Anything you were wanting to modify or you're like correct? Eh, eh. Can you guys
Okay.
see me fine?
I think you might have been freezing a little bit there.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Yep.
I am Jim's seething frustration. So what was the last thing that you heard?
I heard maybe something like or maybe correct.
Okay,
Like
that was the last thing I
correct.
said.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I think I caught all of it. It just froze after that.
Right. Thank goodness.
Yeah. uh well, I definitely want to add this concussion missile launcher that I picked up. It's still missing a controller, but I have the rest of it, and of course I brought it with me. You know, um,
Right. Yeah. He
and
kind of looks like he's like, uh-huh. Oh, okay. I can I can do that. That's gonna be um I can do that. Is there anything else you wanted to work on?
um,
Like
I
did
mean,
you want to
there's
get
a
any extra performance?
well, sure, that would be great. Yeah, yeah. Maybe we can go. But I'd really like to dig into it. Maybe you should take care of Ralph first. I,
Well, yeah, I maybe that'll end up being the case, but honestly, I think I'm going to need some extra time to just get to know your ship a little better. So
oh well,
I may end up doing that first.
okay, sure, yeah. Yeah. Maybe we can go over it together.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, anybody that's handy, you want to come in and help out on your own ship? Sure, of course, always.
Cool. I mean, there's a lot of other things that he's gonna want to do with his ship, but he doesn't have an idea of the cost of everything or the time it
Well,
takes to.
yeah,
I mean,
you've been
he has
given a
his own
budget.
experience, but yeah.
So let's put it in game terms.
Okay.
He's asking which stats you'd like to bump, and the cost is pretty much covered. So,
Um.
but I'm gonna say it's gonna be like a 1 pip upgrade that's being covered. If you wanted to do more, we'll talk about something else.
Right. Um.
And obviously, Joe, you should be thinking about the same question.
Yeah.
Hmm. probably want to. I mean, so my options are like the hull or the damage of the blasters or something of that kind, right? Like,
So Starship Repair tends to cover everything except weapon systems. I don't know why, but that doesn't mean they're not equipped to do it. So, like, pretty much any stat you can think of, they can bump it to the next level.
Gotcha.
An incremental increase. They may or may not be able to do more than an incremental increase, but there's the budget question.
So we haven't been treating my ship as if it has shields. So is there any possibility for, say, getting shields working that maybe weren't or something like that? Because this was based on the TIE cluster. And
we've
the
been
Y
treating
wing.
it like it was slower.
Yeah.
What was it about the shields?
Well, the TIE cluster and the Y wing both have shields, but
right,
we haven't been accounting for shields and damage, I don't think.
Okay.
Shields. It hasn't mattered much because I've just taken glazing hits, but grazing hits.
Well, shields sort of acts like hull or body or whatever it's called that you can direct against like certain fire arcs, more or less. So it doesn't prevent damage per se. Like, it doesn't do damage reduction, it does hit reduction, if that makes sense. Did we say something about the shields? Like, the shields just aren't working? Or
no, we didn't. We were like, oh, speed is 13. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. There's no way it should be that fast. And then we never said, okay, but maybe it has shields or something. Like, we never got into that.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I don't know that it matters. I mean, maybe I should just bump the hull up. You
saw what those Y ties were doing.
Yeah.
With their hull.
Yeah. Super tanky.
That was standard hull too.
Yeah. So I wasn't
standard
sure
for a Y tie.
I mean, there's fire control, there's damage, and then there's hull and shields and speed, which I don't think I need to mess with speed.
So, pirates and privateers. See if I can find the uglies.
Oh yeah, the Y tie has 2D hull, and doesn't have any shields. Or the tie Y ugly.
Yeah, the tie Y.
The tie Y ugly. Yeah, does not have shields.
But what does the cluster have? Do you remember?
The cluster has 1D shields, 2D hull.
Okay, well, we'll say that the shielding came with it. So you've got 1D shielding.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Okay. Well, sure. I'll bump up the hull then.
Okay.
And
so what you'll end up with is a 1 pip increase.
And
if that bumps the hull to the next dice, it goes to the next dice.
Right. Okay. So it's going to be 2D plus 1.
Let's see. I think I actually have your ship's sheet somewhere. And I think I will end up taking you guys' sheets, like a link to it or something, just to make sure we're on the same page on everything. The Spitfire.
So yeah. I guess just in conversation, he's gonna want to jump to crazy modifications like, well, what kind of engines are available, and he's gonna have to be toned down and like, no, okay, we're not paying for that much right now.
Okay. So So he starts going off on like all the stuff he's been dreaming about changing
Right.
on the ship, like ever since he started cobbling it together, and like his imagination starts running wild. And Jonas says, okay, someday, like definitely someday. Yeah, we're you're gonna spend a lot of time here. I can tell that. As far as the budget, Mr. Glock, Mr. Blark has put out, he like I would suggest something like some armor plating. We can give you a really good upgrade to the armor plating, and that'll kind of help make sure you'll be here to see the rest of the upgrades.
Yeah, that would be great.
I think that's pretty good. I mean, from what I've seen from the specs, it's a pretty maneuverable, speedy little ship. So as long as you've got the skill for it, yeah, I think being able to take a hit's a good idea.
Okay, yeah, great. Yeah, let's do that.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but on your ship, yeah, I'm just gonna have to run some diagnostics to make sure that we're not gonna kill you.
Sure. Okay.
And so he looks over at Rao and he says, "All right, so Mr. Bronar, do you have anything in mind? If you need me to explain anything to you, I can explain some of the parts of a ship that can be upgraded." Like he's
Totally
assuming you're an outsider. Like he's been talking tech with Druto, but he's assuming that you just don't know anything. Why would you know something?
I'm not sure how Raul's going to take this.
Okay.
Let
it roll.
No, I don't think he would be upset by that or anything. So he'll just say, yeah, well, I brought her back up to about stock configuration. If we could squeeze a little bit more speed out, or maybe some firepower, that would be good.
So it's Cazelis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it's a fine ship. It's a fine
Sure
ship.
is.
From what I remember, trying to get some speed out of those things is what just about everybody wanted. Like they handle great, but just about everything that's not a freighter can outrun them.
They're not so bad. They just can't hang with little speedy guys like this.
Right. Well, I mean, people that believe in freedom like us, sometimes you got to be faster than the other guy. But anyway, it's your ship. It's your choice.
I think we understand each other.
He just kind of looks at you for a second, and then he Great. All right. That's what I like to hear. All right. Actually, as it happens, we have a whole Cazelis fusion drive on hand that we've been using for parts. So, yeah, we're pretty much ready to go on the upgrade, except for the radiation coils.
You're cutting out. You are frozen. You're frozen in a strange position.
I can't make that face.
I'm trying.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Out.
Oh, I heard you.
That you see me? Yep. You hear me?
I hear you.
Yes, he has returned. He's
What
returned
was the
from
last thing?
the frozen land. Something
What
about
was-
radiation coils.
Yeah. He said, basically, he said the radiation coils, we're going to be getting some extra output from down there. So you really don't want the radiation coming out. So we're going to have to get some replacement for that. And actually, as it turns out, uh, we were told you were coming. We could really use a resupply. And Mr. Our boss, he's set aside some funds for us to get a resupply, so we can hire you right now if you want.
I could use some work.
I mean, it's actually a completely legitimate supply run for parts. Completely, like in Hut Space, none of it's illegal. So, and we have the contact, we've got everything. You just have to go get the parts, and some of them will be your parts for your ship. So, the sooner they get here, the sooner you get upgraded.
Yeah, that works.
Right. So, great. Okay. Well, hey, honey, get over here. So we're going to put together a list for you, and it'll have everything we need. I think we've already, yeah, we've got the list. So we'll give that to you, and we'll give you our contact. He should make things pretty easy for you. As for you, Mr. Bibble, Druto, it's, it's going to be a long time. I'm just going to give it to you straight. Probably we're going to need some of the parts that Mr. Rao here is going to be bringing back. I would love to make that ship safe for you. That's what I would love to do. So yeah, if you're willing to go ahead and wait, we can start doing the upgrades now, but it may be a few days.
Okay, that's all right.
So sorry, we don't really have anything for you to do. You're just gonna have to hang out. Yeah. I mean, you can watch us, but we're just gonna be running diagnostics. We don't really have anything else to work on yet, obviously.
Yeah, okay. I gotcha. Well, I guess just let me know if there's anything you have questions about, or we need to go over
It's
anything.
I mean, he kind of looks over at Ral and he says, I mean, if your buddy here, maybe you want to spend the time with him. We don't listen, we don't really have anywhere for you to sleep. We just have that barracks that the pirates were using, and it's nasty, like in every way. Some of the stuff they left in there, I don't think they bathed.
Yeah, that not a big fan of those pirates. Yeah.
Mr. Rao, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to presume and try to invite him along. I figured you guys were coworkers. So
we're
anyway.
Acquaintances. Well, Druto, instead of sitting around here, why don't you just come with me? It'll give you something to do.
Okay, sure, yeah. If you don't mind.
At Jonas, like, yeah.
And Jonas says, that'll be good. I mean, if you're handy with a blaster, that'll be good too. It'll be really good. I mean, this is a business associate of ours. He's a friend, but it's kind of a rough planet. So it's always better to have somebody along.
Yeah, he's shot a guy before. He'll be all right.
Oh yeah, I heard. Oh man, you must have really hated him.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, you're not going to get any hate from me, okay? He deserved it. He deserved 2 shots in the gut and 1 in the chest. I mean, seriously, like my poor wife, they had us prisoner for like 2 years, and she had to just like pretend to be a man the whole time. I mean, I don't think I need to explain that. So, and my 2 daughters had to pretend to be boys the whole time and just stay covered up. It was terrifying. So like what you did, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, thanks. He actually feels a little bit less bad about all of that.
So did he squeal?
Raoul's just been like nodding along the entire time, like, yep.
I was so caught up in the moment, I don't even remember.
He didn't squeal. He let out this horrible, like agonized yell. Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Surprised
want
you
to
didn't hear
remember.
it from where you were. Yeah, he was too traumatized to actually record that memory. All right.
Oh,
So
man.
he says, well, I hope in the future we can host you guys, but I think Mr. Rao's ship is probably nicer. So especially with some of the supplies you bring back, maybe we'll be able to host you guys next time, but not to kick you out, but you're probably better off heading on that supply run.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I hope I can get in there and work with you guys later.
Did you hear everything? What was the last thing you heard?
Yeah, we heard
Yeah, we did.
we heard it. You were just a little delayed and a little bit robotic. And then you had one frame where you were like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more than a frame. Okay, so that's what he suggests. So let's just say we're overtime. Let's say he kind of walks back to Rao's ship with you and like he's being really cordial and kind of waves and then heads back to his desk and you guys take off for the system where you're going to meet a guy for stuff.
Yay.
Yay.
On a
I've
completely
noticed
legitimate adventure.
Legitimate in the places that
we're legitimate
people
business.
notice. So I've noticed that when we go long, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. When we go long, I start having connection problems. Hey, so probably we're going to try to finish like super on time always in the future to make sure I don't end up just like ending everything for everyone everywhere. Because that's kind of how I feel when I have connection problems. All right. Anyway, that's it. The tone tonight is pretty much how it always is in our role play. This is how it goes. So if you see it and you like it, we're going to be here just like clockwork next Monday. No excuses whatsoever. Yes, no excuses. Doing the same thing. And I have some fun things in store for the guys. That's it.
All right.
Let's be done.
Yep.
Everybody go. Nope. This way. Everybody go subscribe to Joe's Twitch channel. Green Gun Guy.
Or just a follow. That'd be fine.
I'm lonely. Premium subscription, like top tier.
Tier 3.
And
tier
his
3 only.
And his OnlyFans. And his
and my OnlyFans.
So you can find I'm with him on Friday nights, every Friday, just like clockwork.
Like clockwork.
In the hot tub stream.
No,
we do a hot tub stream.
Mm.
So that's it. All right, everybody, adios.